Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and this is an impromptu post based on my August results, which in terms of actual money have been really quite good, but in terms of everything else have been fucking shambolic, to be frank. The month got off to a pretty good start. We're just plodding away, minding our own business. I got up to like maybe £700 or £800 up, maybe it's slightly less. It's don't know for sure. I haven't checked, but a decent amount up in like the first 2 weeks of the month. I was playing good, running good, doing all the things I'm supposed to do and doing them correctly. And this is my own fault. I'm not blaming anybody, not blaming any entities. But then the Sky Rake races kicked in, and it fucked with my mind in a few ways. Everyone knows my feelings about rake races. I feel quite negatively towards them. I'm not happy with how I perceive they change the games, etc. And I made a lot of fucking dumb adjustments because of it. And it's all my fault. I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm responsible for what I do and when I do it. And I made some bad decisions. And we're going to kind of go through what I feel those bad decisions that I made were and explain why I think they were bad decisions. And yeah, just get it off my chest, really. Start of September. I should really be doing this tomorrow, I guess. For those of you watching the video fresh, it's only just ticked into the 31st, but I'm not planning on playing much poker tomorrow. It's Friday night. I'll play when I get home from work, but yeah, the month's as good as done. So it's as good a time as any to do it to get it off my chest, because I've just had another kind of frustrating session. Only lost about 30 quid, maybe slightly less, but it was still a frustrating session, and yeah, I've got some things that I want to say. So yeah, the rake races. I should just have carried on doing what I was doing and what I always do, which is game select, play 2 or 3 tables, game select really well. Look to try and play as many pots with fish as I can, whilst trying to stay out of the way of the regulars most of the time. That's my MO, that's what I do, that's what just gets me the decent hourly rate with the minimum of fuss. You know, very rarely have downswings of more than like 2 buy-ins, maybe 3 if I'm running really shit. I just play pretty solidly, pot control against fish, and just look to win big pots when, you know, we have decent hands, and look to minimise losses when we don't. I mean, it's a very, very basic strategy. It works incredibly well when I do the rest of the things like game selecting and stuff. But the rate race started, and I thought, we'll see if we can't make a top 10. And, you know, because if we do make a top 10, then you're making an extra 40 or 50 quid, which, again, it's not nothing, but it's not everything either. So that was my first mistake, deciding to actually have a go in the rate races. I was like playing in the mornings and what have you. There wasn't many tables going, so I thought, I know what helps you win rake races, or not what helps you win them, because I was never going to win the league I was in, but I know what helps you get up the table in them. PLO, let's fucking play some PLO. That game massively fucks with my mentality. It really fucks with it. I mean, I've come across some of the absolute worst players in the history of the internet, and I don't think I've been beating the games. I haven't accurately tracked my PLO results versus my Hold'em results, because I've been mixing PLO and Hold'em, which again might not be well, I don't think it was a particularly good strategy, because I was focusing a lot on the PLO games and autopiloting on the Hold'em games, so that was a bad decision to like mix games. I had to play one or the other, don't really play both. And I don't know if I've won or lost at the PLO games. I suspect I've lost and probably, you know, a decent amount of buy-ins, but on top of that, I paid an awful lot of rake to just distract myself and not make money. The rake on Sky is already fucking pretty horrendous. The rewards are shit, the rake's high, and in PLO it's even worse. I think I paid getting on for £200 in rake this week, which I fucking never do on Sky. It's just not what I do on Sky. It's mostly been due to PLO play. Loads and loads of like just dumb flips and you know, it's like getting it all in a lot with what I think's reasonable equity and not seeming to win much. Yeah, it's a fucking disaster. I mean, if PLO rate was reduced, then I think, yeah, it's a game I could attack, but there's no PLO going forward for the short term. I don't care how fishy the tables look. There's just no PLO for me. I'm not good enough at it. It really fucks with a mental game, and the rate's too high. So all of those things, no matter how good a game looks, it's it hasn't seemed to be working out for me. Probably just because I'm shit at PLO. I still think I'm better at PLO than most of the players I've been up against, because some of the fucking hands that they play are beyond bonkers. But the equities run so close together that even allowing for the fact that I have significantly better hand selection than they do, it doesn't seem to make that much difference. So, no, there you go. So, yeah, we've done the PLO. And because then I was like trying to keep the rate going, I started adding a few more tables. I was like doing quite a bit of 6 table in the last 2 weeks, which again, I don't think I'm particularly good at. It leads me to game select quite badly. So all of a sudden I'm increasing my volume, the amount of hands I'm playing, the amount of concentration it takes to play, whilst also simultaneously playing in worse games, which again is going to significantly reduce my win rate. It's another mistake. I've made all these mistakes before. We talked about them in like a video made about downswings in the past. I've made them again this month. I'm not happy with myself. Game selection is like, it's really important. I preach it so much, and I've allowed these stupid fucking rate races to like move me off what of my MO. I guess that's what they're for. I guess rate races exist exactly for that, to make players play more tables and pay more rake, and at the same time reduce their edge, so the fish don't, well, maybe the fish go broke just as quick, but the site gets more of the money once the fish are going broke. Yeah, I've been a naughty boy basically, and it's not helped. So we've had shit game selection, we've had PLO, we've had too many tables, all of which has led to a significant lack of focus. I've just been logging on, loading tables up, and a lot of the time autopiloting and just not playing too well. And I think this is it's caused me to move quite far away from my baseline in terms of my mental game. I think I've been playing with like a significant amount of underlying tilt for the last 10 or 11 days, probably since like the 18th of the month, 18th, 19th of the month, where I had my biggest downswing of like possibly the year, maybe not the year, but not far off. I lost around £300 in like a few days, and yeah, a lot of that was due to underlying tilt, just getting frustrated, making frustration calls, playing too passively, giving up too often, bluffing in dumb spots, just playing shit, playing nowhere near my best level. So my A game dropped down to my B or my C game. I had underlying tilt, and basically I've been playing nothing much better than break-even poker for the last close to a fortnight now. And it's lucky that I've been on Sky, because if I wasn't been on Sky, I was playing on another site, I probably would have been crushed. I got really lucky. I took a 2-day break from Sky because I was just fed up with it. I played on AAA and I had a big heater, which really saved the month. I weighed something along the lines of 440 quid, something like that, in just 2 or 3 days playing 30nl or some 50nl. And you might ask me, well, why didn't you carry on playing those games? The fact is, I just hit a heater. When I went away and did like a lot of work, I think it was Saturday morning, Sunday morning, I was looking at the games and they weren't good. I just ran really hot, managed to like cooler a couple of regulars, stack 2 or 3 fish. I just ran good both in terms of EV and situationally, but the actual games, they were nowhere near, they weren't a patch on the quality of games you can get on Sky, even within a rake race. So on Monday I kind of pulled myself together again and said, look, accept your heater, be grateful for it, and let's get back to doing what we're supposed to do best, which is play on Sky and game select. And I fell straight back into the same track crap, and I've been doing it pretty much all week again up until today, which is playing PLO. I did too many tables. I just went back to making all the same mistakes. It's fucking stupid. It's thick as fuck. I don't know why I did it. Well, I do. I kind of thought, we might get top 10 if we, because I haven't much work to do this week. We might get top 10 if we smash the grind in, and it's just been a pretty moderate week again. I got off to a good start. I was maybe made 300 quid or so. Then the last day or so, we maybe lost 100 or so back. So as I say, like financially, the month's been pretty good. I can't argue with it in terms of like how much actual money I've won. But in terms of doing all the things that I know I'm supposed to do to get the job done correctly, I've not been doing it. And to be frank, I've got away with it this month. I've really got away with it because I've done an awful lot wrong from probably like halfway through the month. Whenever the rate race started, I've done everything wrong, and I've managed to still make a little bit of money to add to what was a really good first half of the month, largely due to the heater on Triple Eight, to be honest with you. So what am I going to do to put this right? Because the rate races are going on for, I think, another 2 weeks. It's Friday. It's 2 o'clock Friday morning now, nearly. So there's like Saturday, Sunday to go, then 2 more weeks. I'm going to ignore them completely. I'm going to continue playing on Sky, and I'm just going to do what I usually do, which is just table start, heads up, like play 3-handed, play good tables, like create good tables. Don't join waiting lists. Don't join tables that already have like 2 or 3 regulars on. Just table start, do what I do, and just take what comes my way like I always do. We're not going to go chasing the rake. I don't give a fuck if we're finishing the top 20 or the fucking bottom 50. I don't really care. It's about, we're going to get back to doing what I do best, and yeah, maybe I won't make quite as much money next month. Maybe my hourly will be better though, because I put a fucking shit ton of hours in for me this month too, and I think burning out wouldn't be the right way to put it, but as I said, we talked about earlier, the underlying tilt, the frustration levels. I've been putting a lot of hours in not ideal conditions for myself, and we're going to put that right in September. Hopefully we can still put lots of hours in, but hopefully I'll improve the conditions under which I'm working. So that's what we're going to do to put right, and I've got like a long-term plan that's going to come into fruition hopefully towards the end of the year now. I've got a new job with it's a casual contract with a care company that is going to allow me, should I go to there and enjoy the work, it's going to allow me the chance to give up my contract with my current employer and just be a casual worker everywhere. As a left-wing ex-trade union man, dropping down to 0-hour contracts with 2 different companies, it goes against a lot of my principles. I don't agree necessarily with 0-hour contracts. I don't think it's fair to give 0-hour contracts to people who actually don't want a fucking 0-hour contract, but it's the best they can do. But for somebody like myself, this is a choice I'm making. It's going to give me maximum flexibility to do poker, to do the work I enjoy doing, to do the work I do from home for families that have children with learning disabilities. So the plan is make enough money through September, October and November so I could take the entire month of December off, enjoy Christmas and what have you, because what my current employer does with a contract, if you break your contract and say I want to go from contracted hours to relief hours, it's just in their policies or whatever that you have to have a month off work. You can't just go straight from a contract I've got to a 0-hour contract. You've got to have a break in your employment. So I'm planning to do that in December. I could do it any time, like November, October or whatever, but I'm going to do it in December just so I can have the whole month of December off, enjoy Christmas. I'll do a few bits and bobs of work here and there, but not very much. So the plan between now and then is to make enough money in September, October and November on top of what I normally expect to earn from playing poker, so I can afford to pay myself for that month off. So whereas normally I'd be looking to make anything between £400 and £500 per month for the next 3 months, £1,500, I want to try and make in excess of £2,500, so we can just save the extra £1,000 and then pay myself in January from the extra £1,000 that we've made from poker. So that is a little goal that I've set, basically from September the 1st through until November the 30th, try and make £2,500 from playing poker. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm going to have to put the hours in, but I think I can probably do it off maybe 250 hours, which is like 80 something hours a month, which is definitely possible. If I do everything right and get the 80 hours a month in, I think it's a very achievable goal. So that's the plan for December, and how I'm going to go about doing that. The goal is just to play mostly 30NL on Sky, try not to drop too much into the 20s, maybe play some 50NL games if I can find some suitably soft ones. I think about table starting 50NL, but when I try and do that, usually some good regs just sit me, or nobody sits. So maybe not so much 50NL. Try and do it mostly off 30NL. If I can play like 80 hours a month at 30NL, doing it how I do it best, I think making £2,500 is very, very achievable. So that's what we're going to try and do. So yeah, so far we're into the video. We're going to look at my results in a moment, because it is going to look a little bit like a thin the veil brag, but I promise you that is not the case. It's been a shit month. Well, it's been a shit second half of the month, and I've got away with it. So yeah, we're going to look into this. Is how my results actually look. As you can see here, we've played 50 sessions. I mean, I don't know why this is at current month and total hours, because that's not right. We played 103 hours. We made £827 for exactly £8 per hour. So on the face of it, you said to me at the start of the month, Reggie, you're going to make 827 quid. I'd have absolutely snapped your hand off. If we do that, for the next 3 months, then we're just about going to make our goal. But it's the manner in which I've done it that I'm really pissed off with. I've made so many mistakes. This could easily have been a plus 2,000 month, or maybe at least plus 1,500, because I've lost like maybe a couple of hundred or more at PLO. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's what I've lost. And I punted off stacks left and right. I could easily have, in my opinion, another £600 in there if I'd just not played PLO, and if I'd played better at the no limit tables, not played so many shit tables where I was just taking like quite a few marginal spots against regulars and not getting that much reward for it, taking like a load of high variance spots, fucking with a mental game, and still only getting like 20 or quid rate back a week. It's not fucking worth it. We're ignoring rate back again. We're completely ignoring it. I've had some fantastic weeks on Sky where I've not even made the £5, where I've made like 200 odd pounds in profit, and I haven't even made the £5 fucking rate back rewards thing. So I know how to do it. I just need to get out there and fucking deliver it and do it again. So we're going to be starting like, I don't know what. I'm going to do regular updates. Not going to call it a vlog or a blog or anything. So there's going to be regular updates where we track where we're up to with our hourly rate and how close to £2,500 we're getting. If I don't make the £2,500, it's not the end of the world. I'm still going to take December off, but I'd like to be able to take December off knowing that I've paid for it in advance, if you will. So yeah, there we go. That's the month. That's everything that I've done wrong, and we've been lucky to get away with it. I'm fucking furious with myself, but this process of making this video has been quite cathartic, to be honest. I already started to feel a bit better about it, and I might even go and put another session now. I've got it off my chest if the tables are any good. But yeah, good luck to everybody for the autumn. This is usually when the poker season comes into full swing. The nights start getting darker, a bit more traffic on the sites, a few more fish kicking around. The regulars are the same all year round. Hopefully we get a few more fish and we can all make a few quid to end the year on a high. Any comments, questions or anything like that, please just leave a comment below and I'll be delighted to respond to it. But yeah, we'll be back hopefully with regular updates through September, October and November, and yeah, fingers crossed we can achieve our rather well, I don't want to say meagre goal because it's £2,500, but hopefully we can achieve our very achievable goal with the minimum of fuss. Take care everybody, and bye bye for now.